Hello, in this short video we're going to be having a look at columns within Elementor. It's the same in Elementor free version and in Elementor Pro, and columns is one of those things that seem to give people a lot of grief and seem to be very confusing. Don't know why. In essence, they're incredibly simple, and we're going to have a look at how they work, particularly their collapsing behavior, which is what happens when you go from desktop view to tablet view to mobile view. And most times, 9 times out of 10, the way that they collapse is going to be exactly what you want. But you're then going to come across situations where you want to do something a little bit different, and we'll have a look at that as well. We'll also have a look at two different kinds of columns within Elementor. Maybe this is another reason for the confusion, but we'll explore that as well as we go. So here we go. I've got all bear the title. I've got a pretty blank Elementor canvas open here, and I'm going to introduce it's the same for any widget. We're going to use an icon box here because it illustrates what we're trying to do. I'm not going to change this at all, other than to just change this to column 1 and label it so we can see what's happening. I'm not going to make any other changes. So there we have it. I can format this up, change the icons, do what I want with it. As I say, it's the same for any icon, any widget type, any element type. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take that, I'm going to duplicate it once, and duplicate it twice. This gives us a 3-column layout, which is very popular. And just using the responsive mode here in Elementor, I'm going to see what happens when I put that into tablet mode, and you'll see that it sticks to 3 columns. But in mobile mode, it goes to single column, 100% width, which in most cases is what you're going to want. Okay. Like I say, it's when you want to change things. Let's just, to avoid confusion, change this to column 2 and column 3. Okay, so once again, responsive mode, tablet mode stays as it is, mobile mode goes to single column, and that's the way it is out of the box. But what if you want to force things? What if, for example, when you go to tablet mode, you want it to go to single column, or you want to do something differently? Well, that's very simple to do. And what we do is from tablet mode here, we can go to our icon box and style. And actually, let's go back to there. We can see what we're doing. So we need to grab the section, then grab the column. Okay, and you'll see here under layout, we've got the column width. So let's force this in tablet mode. Okay, which we're in now. Let's force that to 100%. Let's force that one to 100%. And let's force this one to 100%. And now let's see what's going to happen here. I'll just preview the changes outside of Elementor. So desktop view, and quick and dirty, take the width of that down. So tablet view, it now goes to single column because we set it to 100%, and similarly with mobile. Okay, that's pretty much what I wanted to happen. So that's all good. What about though if I wanted to go from mobile view, but I want to stay in 3 columns? I don't know why you would. It'd look a bit odd, but all we can do here is grab column 1, change it to 33.3. It's always percent. Grab the next column, change it to 33.3%, and finally 33.3. Okay, so now even on mobile view, it remains in 3 columns. You could have changed that to 50, 50 and 100% or whatever if you wanted to. So back to tablet, let's see what's happened. So I set that for 100% there. Desktop view is 33.3 and mobile view is 33.3. Let's do something different for tablet. Let's say for tablet, I'm going to have this one at 50%, this one at 50%, and this one at 100%, which it already is. Okay, cool. So desktop, tablet, 1, 2, 3 columns as I specified, and mobile still in 3. So that's steady. That's how you tame columns. It's not difficult. So what happens then if you've got unequal columns? Well, the same applies. So let's just make that one much narrower. Look at what happens here. Desktop is what we said. Tablet is what we still defined. Mobile is what we defined. So nothing much changes. It's explicit and particular to here. And usefully, if you go back to the top level container, the section, you can reset the structure back to how it was. You can define new structures, but at this point we're only working in desktop. So there we go. And now back to tablet. Mobile, things are exactly as we set them. So hopefully that's shed some light on that particular problem. Let's have a look at the other type of column options that you have. So what I'm going to do is to just put a text editor in here, and I'm going to dump into there a load of dummy text. Okay, so I now have a lot of text in there. And so this is where the confusion may arise. Within here, within the text widget, you have the ability to set the number of columns. Now, as standard it's 100% one column, but I can set that newspaper style to 3 columns. And I can also set the gap, so magazine, newspaper style, just like that. And the cool thing is here it uses CSS, in fact, behind the scenes to change the number of columns and the column width. And by using things like justified, you can get a really nice magazine layout. And what happens here as we, and what you'll notice here is no matter the device or the viewport width, it sticks at 3 column. So it doesn't automatically, as with the explicit columns like this, it doesn't automatically go down. And that's as you want it, that's as it should be. We can force it, so we can say in tablet mode I want it to go to 2 column, and in mobile view to 1 column. Okay, so just look at that again. Responsive mode desktop, there's our 3 columns. In tablet view that's now gone down to 2, which is nice, and in mobile view to 1. So there we go. That's really all there is to say about Elementor Columns. Hopefully that sheds some light. If you've got any comments, please leave them below, and any questions I'll do best to answer them. Hope that was helpful, and see you again soon with more little Elementor tips.